the people that had the virus obviously need to have no fever for at least 4 days before you think about doing anything whatsoever, right? And then I think the first thing, the most logical thing is just to walk, okay? So the first 2 or 3 days should just be spent walking, okay? Just to get some sort of idea where you are in terms of what you can do. And if you're like me and you were sick, you will see that your performance level stinks. So don't even bother about like weights or anything like that. Just get your basic cardio back up. And you'll also notice that you'll have good days and bad days. So like some days you feel like Hercules, and then other days you go on the street, you walk a block and you're done for. But I think another component that's important is that, so yes, physically you are weakened, there's lung scarring and we know all that, but there's also the mental component, right? So people are under tremendous stress. There's financial stress. Then there's maybe loved ones are sick, or they don't know if their job will be there, or whatever the case may be, or the kids are jumping up and down on your head because they're being homeschooled. So that also plays a role, and you gotta give yourself credit and time for that, okay? So if you just dismiss that, you're gonna set yourself for a huge failure. So like, yeah, it's okay to grieve for your job or your company or whatever. And I told this a million times, like I went from being voted best personal trainer in New York City to ill in 3 days. So you can't just be like, off we go. It's not gonna work, okay? So come to terms with the situation, do what you can do to change it. In some cases it isn't much, we just have to wait it out, I'm guessing. And then start some very basic training. The next thing you gotta realize is that whether you have been sick or not, you have been sitting or laying a lot. Like I had back pain that was unbearable when I was ill. So the first thing to do is to loosen all that up. You think of like some real light pull-aparts with a band, some baby stiff leg deadlifts with like a couple Coca-Cola bottles or whatever the case may be. Just get all that loose, okay, before you can do anything, okay? And then from there on, you can start training with weights. And here's what I recommend. It's gonna go against any type of bro science, but that's probably a good thing. Start with small isolation exercises, such as bicep curls, overhead extensions, and side raises. Why? Because you don't have the air for the big ones. Like I've been like, I don't even know, 3 weeks semi-healthy now. I still have trouble doing a set of squats without going to heavy breathing because your lungs are not ready, okay? So build up slowly, don't be a hero, okay? You basically go from the outside in, like, bicep, tricep, and then you slowly go like chest, back. Legs I would leave last, like, and I love doing legs, but it's just not feasible to do it in the manner that you think it should be done, okay? So to sum it up, give yourself the time, start with walking. Don't forget the mental component. Like you can't just overcome this by sheer willpower. You're gonna get sick again, no doubt. Like whatever is bugging your life, you have a right to be angry or sad. That's totally cool. And then start with the stretches, pull aparts, light deadlifts, get all that out, and then start from the outside in, meaning extremities. And then from there on, when everything checks out, you can start doing straight sets and then maybe supersets and drop sets and so on and so forth. But you're looking at 8 to 10 weeks, okay? There's no denying it. This is a very, very serious disease. And if you start too soon, there's a good chance you'll get like not ill again, but having a serious setback in terms of like fatigue or whatever the case may be, okay? Guys, be safe, stay home, don't get anybody else sick, and let's get through this together. Maik out.